light and darkness crisscross. It got my crew pissed off. It's like my wrist off. I'm writing rhymes till time hits for my mind is a pure menace.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Grave, and yesterday some scans were released for Dragonball FighterZ, which reveal what I am assuming to be, besides Android 21, the last 3 fighters of the launch roster that we're gonna get. And that shit is hype. Like, I'm gonna put the scans in. Shout out to Shonen Games for translating it all and just being on top of the news. Like, they got all the scans. They had scans for One Piece World Seeker, for My Hero Academia, One's Justice, and for the announced or newly announced Black Clover game as well. And I'm gonna wait to talk about all those till after Jump Festa, but this shit was too hype, so I couldn't wait for this. I knew it was gonna happen. And when Bandai accidentally leaked them screenshot that they had of the arcade mode, everyone was already speculating. But I must say that I do think I predicted, with 100% certainty, I predicted Beerus and Hit, and also called them out to either be on the initial roster or DLC. I did interchange those, but I did call them. And I'm not sure if I called Goku Black Rose, but I know that I did say I wouldn't mind seeing him, or I think that's what I said. I could have said that I didn't want to see him as well. I think that we don't need another Goku lookalike character, but if we are going to do it, I'm glad it's Black. We also had a couple new gameplay mechanics revealed, and we're going to get into all of that today. When they announce these characters, like, you know, we're always waiting for the gameplay to see how they look and whatnot in motion, but like the crispiness, I mean, the absolute like attention to detail in these scans, I'm so fucking hyped. Like, I mean, these 3 characters, they fit right into Dragon Ball FighterZ perfectly, and we don't even have to see gameplay yet. Like, obviously, I believe we're gonna get a trailer at Jump Festa, which is 2 days away, by the way. Like, oh my fucking god, it's already time. Like, they just look perfect, and I know so many people wanted Hit and Beerus, and I'm included in that. Like, I definitely enjoy Hit and Beerus in Super, and having them in the game now is just, it's gonna be fucking awesome. So I want to read real quick the short article that Shonen Games put out yesterday about the releases of the scans, and then I'll go into my thoughts. So it says, the latest Dragon Ball FighterZ scans are here. In the scans, we see Goku Black in his Super Saiyan Rose form. He has Zamasu as a support character and looks amazing. Don't doubt that. We also see Beerus and Hit looking amazing. Beerus has his Orbs of Destruction, which explode on contact, and is looking as menacing as ever. Beerus-sama. Hit uses time skip. Hit uses his time skip technique and absolutely dominates his opponent. The other scans show off dramatic finishes, which will play as little cutscenes at the end of matches if certain conditions are met. That's it. What I got out of that is, obviously, we know that, like I said, they all look amazing. But we now know that Zamasu, or Zamasu, however you want to say it, he's gonna have Zamasu as a support character, which is pretty dope. But there are some concerning things in this news that I do want to talk about at the end. So, I mean, it is cool that he's gonna have Zamasu. It does the tandem attacks and the what looks to be either level, I think it looks like a level 3 super between him and Zamasu. Like, they do a tandem attack, kind of like 17 and 18. Like, that does look cool, but we'll shelf that. Also, they're saying that Beerus is going to have his spheres of destruction. So if you're watching Super, you notice that he shoots these little spheres out of his mouth, and I do think he shot them from his hands as well. But essentially, what they are like proximity mines of energy, and when you touch them, they explode. So will that attack be kind of like Piccolo's Hellzone grenade, where he shoots out a bunch of them on screen and kind of zones you, and you got to think about how you're moving around screen? Or is it going to be maybe a command grab and he can like attach him to you or something like that? Like, we don't really know. Will it just be a regular fireball? We won't know until we see, but that sounds amazing. It sounds like they're really going to capture Beerus's fighting style and his like savagery as the god of destruction, which I like. And then they don't say a lot about Hit. There's more in Hit scans, and like I said, I will have the scans up so that we can, so that you can pause and, dissect them. And I'll put the link in the description to the article, and then when you get to the article, the scans are on the site. So you can, just investigate and see everything. But they don't say a lot about Hit. They do say that he will absolutely dominate his opponents, and I don't doubt that. And most likely in spectacular, flashy fashion as well. We all know that with the time skip. I mean, I was watching Rhyme Styles' video yesterday, and he was saying that he may think that most of that, like his specials and stuff, will be counters, which makes sense for him to have a couple counters. But I also think that they could use Hit's time skip as almost kind of like a fireball that doesn't leave his hand. So like maybe it'll kind of emit from his hand, and if it touches you, you kind of get treated to like a little cutscene of him doing something to, like, hitting you a couple times and then returning back to normal time. They could do shit like that. I mean, it does, like, Hit is going to be, I think, the most unique character as far as his fighting style goes, because obviously it's all about martial arts, punching and kicking and stuff. But it's Dragon Ball Z is mostly about the beams and the massive attacks and stuff like that. And Hit is more of a brawler, bro. Like, he's a straight brawler. So it's gonna be awesome to see him in fighters. Like, I can't wait to see what these guys look like in action. So they also revealed that there's going to be dramatic finishes, which essentially, if you have, now I don't know if it's going to be predicated on just having a certain member in your squad have a history with a certain member in the opposing squad, or if it's going to have to be an entire squad team up. But essentially what it is if you have certain characters pit against each other, if one of them finishes the other off in the match, like KO, game over, there's going to be special finishes depending on the two characters. So like, for instance, if Frieza kills Krillin at the end, he's actually going to take him and basically Hakai him and make him explode like he did on Namek. Or if Beerus defeats Goku, you'll see Goku floating in the atmosphere and him falling back down to Earth, and Beerus essentially stop, or and possibly maybe Vegeta catching him out of the air, but Beerus watching him as he like floats back down to the Earth, like stuff like that, which is awesome, because that's just like attention to detail shit that I really think that Arc System Works does an amazing job with. Like previously in like the Blaze Blue games, like when you're playing versus, every single character has different intros and outros for each fight depending on who they're fighting with, and they're just taking an extra step here with treating us with a little cinematic at the end. Like, that's gonna be fucking awesome and keep us engaged in the game. So let's talk about my concerns, because there's not a lot here. The scans reveal a lot more and they just look fucking awesome. But my concerns, they also had a scan revealing what the Dragon Balls do in the match. Now, we did have like the leaks of the Dragon Balls at the bottom of the screen and such, but this mechanic gives me some pause. Now, again, like I said, I was watching Rhyme's video yesterday, and he was saying that he hopes it's a mode, like a Dragon Ball mode, where you and the opponent, depending on the number of hits you deal in a combo, will start collecting the 7 Dragon Balls. If it is a mode, this is fine, and I'm 100% okay with it. If this is a persistent thing throughout all modes, though, this is going to be something that is really going to be concerning for me, because I feel like there will be just complete fucking scrubs out there that will exploit this mechanic, and I just don't know how to feel about that. So essentially what it is you collect the 7 Dragon Balls together. Whoever collects the last Dragon Ball gets to summon Shenron, which that right there is already a problem. What if I'm doing all the work and I get 6 of the balls and this dude hits me with 1 combo, gets the 7th and uses a wish? Like, I don't know how I feel about that, and we're gonna have to see how it is implemented before we get too alarmist about it. But there is some pause to be had with this mechanic. I know that they were saying that the FGC, like the fighting game community, is not happy because they want fair. They want it to be fair and balanced in the way that a match is going to go. They don't want somebody getting basically a 1-up or an extra life, and that's what allows them to win the match. Like, I don't think that anyone wants that. If you want to play competitively at all, that might be fun if you're playing against your friends, but if you really want to get good at this game and really excel and become amazing, you don't want that. You want your skill to be what wins the battle. Now, that could be a strategic way to win, but like I said, I feel like scrubs are just gonna really fucking exploit that. So that mechanic is revealed. That's my concerns about it. What it does is once you collect the 7 Dragon Balls, you can either refill your point character's health bar, you can wish for an immortal body, which means that all 3 characters in your squad, all the blue health that they have will gradually return, even if they're out on the field. You have another one which will give you an additional sparking blast. You could also wish for one of your down teammates to come back to life. Like, I already gave you my concerns about it, but we might have an issue. And I want this game to be... I want it to sell like hotcakes. I want it to be fucking popular as shit, because I want this game to be a win for anime gamers and just a win for fighting game fans. And I mean, I want Dragon Ball Z to finally be respected amongst the fighting game community. So I really want this game to do amazing, and I hope so much that Arc System Works knows what they're doing with implementing this Dragon Ball mechanic, because we don't need Dragon Balls to have a Dragon Ball Z game or a Dragon Ball FighterZ game. Like, we didn't need this mechanic. So I'm hoping that this is not an unforced error, and we get something that really kind of flips the game on its head and makes it far less competitive and way more casual. Another concern that I have is regarding how many characters in this game have support characters. Now, I do understand that Zamasu looks awesome with Goku Black, and I also said that if Toa becomes a DLC character, that I think she'll have Mira with her as a support. But I mean, how many of these are we gonna do? Like, I feel like this was their way of getting a lot of characters into a game that they know they couldn't fill every slot for. Like, they weren't gonna make Chaozu just a playable character, so they put him with Tien. But it's like, you know, I just feel like they're relying too much on this mechanic. Like, Captain Ginyu has all the Ginyu Force with him and shit like that, where it's like, we don't need all that. Like, we didn't need the Ginyu Force at all. I honestly would have taken Captain Ginyu's spot and given it to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need that at all. And it's just a concern. Like I said, you know, who knows? I haven't played the game yet. It might just feel fine. But for me, it feels like if somebody picks, for instance, Captain Ginyu, 18, and Goku Black, like, there's going to be so many support characters filling up the screen and shit like that at all times. Like, I feel like that's going to be really chaotic and, like, really, you know, cluttered. So hopefully these are just concerns that I'm having, and once I play the game, they're all alleviated, and, like, we can just, you know, do what we do. But it just gives me a certain pause. But don't get it twisted, people. This is my most anticipated game, and when it comes out on the 26th, and when those beta dates get announced, like, oh, how could I forget? We'll talk about it after. And when those are announced, like, fuck yeah, I'm going to be playing the shit out of this game. I'm going to be a scrub at first, and then I'll get okay, but I'm trying to go all the way. Like, I don't think I'll ever be pro, but if I could beat someone like a Maximilian, I've arrived. Like, so that's really, I want to focus on this game heavy, and I just want to be able to just, you know, fucking enjoy it. So you know, I don't know. I am trepidatious about that. Like, I do have I am a little worried about that. But again, fucking Arc System Works, Bandai Namco, you guys are nailing it, just knocking it out of the park. And I appreciate that so much. Like, that you guys are paying so close attention to detail when it comes to this, because the presentation is a 10 out of 10 already. And real quick, in 2 days, we're going to get the beta dates. Like, that's going to happen, okay? They can't hold on to it anymore. Like, we have to get those dates on Saturday, and I cannot fucking wait. Just thinking about it, like, what else are they gonna do for Jump Festa? They already revealed Hit, Beerus, and Goku Black. Obviously, we will get we'll get a trailer for each of them, which are super short. They'll be like 20-30 seconds, just a taste. Will we get more gameplay with, like, other revealed characters? Maybe see some Ultimate Gohan, some Kid Buu? Like, like, are we gonna, like, will we get that? Like, we're definitely getting the beta dates. Are we gonna get any more reveals? Will Android 21 be revealed? Will they talk to us about how Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta are gonna work? Are they gonna be unlocked from the start? Are they the start off of the DLC Fighters Pack? Which, please God, no. Like, I'll be so disappointed if those two are, like, the first two in the Fighters Pack. Like, I will be so disappointed. Don't let that happen, please. But, you know, what do you guys think? Are you excited about this news? Who out of the three newly revealed characters are you most excited to play? I must say, for me, it's probably going to be Beerus Sama. Like, I just want to see how fucking savage Beerus is. Who are you most excited to play? Are you happy that they announced all three of them? Would you have rathered someone else get announced instead of the one of them? What do you think about the Dragon Ball mechanic? That's a big one. I definitely want to know what you guys think about that, because I think it might be a problem. And do you think I'm being overly critical of the support characters? All that. I want to know all that, guys, down in the comments. If you've been with me from the beginning, I appreciate you. If you're new here, I try to put out at least 2 to 3 videos a week. We're trying to get better at this. I'm learning as I go along, guys. Do you like the long videos? Do you think they should be shorter? I know a couple of my friends say that they should be shorter, and I try to make them shorter, but I ramble a lot. And this is all Grave. This is quintessentially who I am. I talk a lot until I get to the fucking point, because I do whatever the fuck I want to do here on my channel. But, you know, let me know. If you think I should make them shorter, I will try to. I'll try to condense what I'm trying to say into, you know, a more complete package. But I need feedback, so let me know all that. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Beyond the Grave. Like, share, and subscribe for more anime, gaming, and movies, and whatever the fuck else I want to talk about. Stay tuned here on Grave TV. Have a good one. Graves out. Peace.